excited to be connecting with you guys today. And as you guys are hopping on, do me a favor. I'd love to hear from you. Tell me where you're tuning in from. If you're watching this back in replay, just put replay right in the comments. And also, if this is your first time watching, go ahead and do me a favor. Can you drop a number 1 right in the comments? And if you have watched before, drop a number 2. So I am so excited to be sharing with you guys some things that have stood out to me that I feel really helped me as I was building my direct sales business. And so just some seven strategies. And I want you to just really quickly share a little bit about my background in case you're new to me or maybe you don't know me. And I've been in the direct sales world for 31 years. And so I started my direct sales business. Gosh, I was 19 years old, guys. And my husband and I were broker than broke. Oh my goodness. If you don't know my story, I had my oldest daughter on my 18th birthday, you guys. I got married right out of high school, had baby number 1, and then very shortly after that had baby number 2 when I was just 19 years old. And so we were super broke, and I was looking for something I could do, just to help pay the bills. I put food on the table, pay the electric bill. And so little did I know that God's plan would unfold for me in the area of direct sales. And so that's kind of how I got how my journey started, and worked a lot of years within the direct sales world. And I'm going to share with you guys some things that I think really helped me to take my business from like just kind of doing mediocre and really actually even in the beginning struggling to really figuring this thing out, so that I was able to not only create, a great income for my family. Obviously, many years that my direct sales business really like paid the bills, like the mortgage, the car payments, all those things. And you really can build an amazing business. And even if you're not a direct seller or a network marketer, a lot of the things I'm going to talk about today, you can really incorporate those into your business, especially if you're an entrepreneur that's wanting to kind of increase your online presence and engage people a little more. Okay, so are you guys ready? Are you ready to take your business to the next level? I'm going to talk about 7 key strategies that really helped me. Like I said, I remember going back to 2017 was a year that, and maybe even a little bit before that, where I felt like I was really kind of struggling. I had reached the level of leadership in my business, but then it was like you just kind of plateau and you're like, oh my gosh, I cannot figure this thing out. And so what I realized is that I really saw the writing on the wall and realized that I could reach so many more people if I could just figure out this online world, right? If I could just figure out this virtual world. And so I got to work, and really was kind of taboo in our industry to be working your business in that capacity. But I got to work, figured some things out, took some boot camps where many of you might be right now. And so I just want to go through these with you. So I am going to share my screen with you just so that I can stay on track. If you've got paper and pencil, guys, go ahead and grab that, because I don't know about you, but I retain the most information when I write it down, right? When I see it and I write it down. So we're going to go ahead and get started today. And I'm really excited to be sharing with you guys 7 key strategies to really win big in your business, to really kick it up a notch, to show up bigger, bolder, prouder, guys, in your voice, to let people know that you are there and that you want to serve them, okay? Especially when we're in the direct sales world, okay? This is really important. So we're gonna talk about key number 1. So if you're writing this down, or guys, you just take a screenshot. That's what I used to always do when I would take these boot camps. I would just take a screenshot. But this is probably one of the most important things that I could have learned building my direct sales business, going back probably 8 years ago. My grandson is gonna be 9 in January, so he's 8.5. So I can remember going back years ago thinking, what can I do that really will help me to set myself apart, because there's so many other people that are doing what I'm doing. And I wanted people to know me for me. And what I learned was, you want to build a personal brand. You want to have your own online presence whenever you're showing up, especially if you're in the direct sales world. It's what sets you apart. And so you may have heard this concept before. Okay, Susan, yes, build a personal brand, build a personal brand. And what this means is that you want to brand yourself, not the company that you are representing. Okay. So for example, and you guys can go to my page and you can take a look at it. What I decided to do was, my industry was skincare and makeup. And so I branded myself as Susan Norman, the Makeup Mimi. There's a few reasons why I did that. I wanted to connect people to me, not my company. And for a few reasons, and I'll explain to you why this was a benefit to me by doing that. So you do want to use your social media platforms to grow, to connect, and add value. And you know what? Let's be honest. Most people out there are all about what's in it for me. They could care less about anything except, how can you help them, right? Let's just be honest. We can tend to be a little bit selfish, and a lot of people are like, if it's free, it's for me, right? And so what can you do? I want you to imagine and envision that your social media platform is kind of like a movie trailer. So I want you to think about that. You've ever scrolling through Netflix or Hulu or any of those streaming platforms? What do we do first before we click on the movie, or before we rent, or before we buy? We want to watch the trailer, right? We want to see, is this going to be worth our time? Do I really want to check this movie out? So we watch the trailer. And in essence, that is what your social media platform is to the world. They want to know, do I like you? Can you help me? And so I want you to really look at that, like your social media presence. Are you life-giving? Are you somebody that brings life into other people? Are you a light in the darkness? Are you somebody that's just always bitter, complaining, and negative, right? I mean, it's really important. It's really important, guys. Think about that as a business owner. It's really important because people are watching your movie trailer and they want to get a preview of what it is that you can offer and the value that you can add. And then once you establish that and you figure out who it is that you're serving, I want you to really think about, okay, for example, if you're in a health and wellness company, what are some of the problems that people might deal with that I have a solution for? It's not about spamming your friends list and putting all of the kinds of this is on sale, that's on sale, buy this product, buy this, do this, right? We all probably did that wrong in the beginning. I know I did. And that just turns people off. But how can you solve a problem? I want you to think about what brought you to your direct sales company, or even the company that maybe you represent, or maybe you're an entrepreneur and you have your own product or service. What is the problem that you can solve for people, and how can you promote that in a way that entices them? So we're going to talk about that in just a second. Let's get back to, once we've gotten people to kind of see what it is that we have to offer to them, now what we can do is we can invite them in a very intentional way. We want to use a call to action. Some of these things I'm going to be repeating on some of these slides so that you can really get my point here. But now we want to really give them a call to action. So that personal Facebook page, what that does, or social media platform, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, it doesn't matter what it is. Those social platforms feed either a client group of some sort, whether it's a Facebook group, but more importantly, it feeds an email list. Okay. So we're going to talk about that here in just a minute as well. But you want to give people a very intentional call to action. Like, for example, you give them, I'm going to give you an example. I did a reel last summer where I was doing push-ups in the reel. Okay. And all I said was, oh my gosh, I've not been able to do push-ups. I don't remember exactly what I said, but after starting these two products, I've been able to do push-ups. Like I could do 10 push-ups in a row. And it said comment details for more information or whatever, or comment strong for more information. Because what it does is it engages your audience, it gets them responding, and it also helps your algorithm. Okay, so it gets you in front of more people. Facebook recognizes you as somebody that's of value, that can help other people, and it puts you in the space of more people. Okay, so you want to be very intentional and give people a call to action. Now, we're going to go right into step number 2, or key number 2. You want to connect with your audience, kind of what we were talking about already. But this is a really important piece. You want to make content that is original to you, okay? Something that, as you can kind of see, or maybe you've noticed recently, people know when they see my stuff, they're going to know, okay, Susan, electric colors, pink, purple, bright blues, right? Like things that are going to be like, woo, it stands out, right? So make original content, figure out how you want your brand to look, how it represents you, and then be consistent with that. But the reason that this is important, when you make your own original content, again, it makes, you'll show up as a leader in your field. And it also is just more, your Facebook algorithms or your social media algorithms, again, will show that you're somebody that's offering value rather than just maybe sharing posts from somebody else or copying and pasting something that's just very generic. Okay. Doesn't really give people a real reflection of you. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to tell you here in a little bit how I can help you with some of that. So make sure you stick around to the end. Okay. And I'm just going to give you a little hint on that. It has to do with content, but that's okay. All right. So you also want to regularly engage with your audience. This is important as well. Don't just post something and then not engage. And guys, by the way, if you've got any questions while I'm sharing today, just do me a favor and just drop it right in the comments. If you have anything to add or you have a tip yourself that you want to share, please feel free to do that. But you want to regularly engage with your audience. You want to respond. You want to comment. You want to ask other questions. You want to dig a little deeper. The more commenting that you have, again, increases the algorithm, gets you, because whether you realize it or not, your content doesn't show up everywhere, not even to all of your friends. So the more engagement you get, the more Facebook or Instagram or these other platforms say, hey, you know what? You've got something of value that maybe more people might want to see this. So now we're going to, kick it out to some more people. Okay. Again, we already talked about adding value that solves problems. You want to think about, like I said, the common problems of your target client, what they're experiencing. Then you want to build your content around that. And then you're going to reach them by tugging at those pain points that they have. Okay. And then you're going to present them with the solution because you have the solution to their problems. And so if I were to ask you right now, I want you to think about this right now. I want you to drop it in the comments. What solution can your product or service help people? You should know it right off the top of your head. How can you help people? I want you to drop that right in the comments for me. Okay. And again, just to reiterate, use strong calls to action. You want to have them comment, like whatever the word is, like comment, health, comment strong, comment beauty, for more details. Don't give everything all in that Facebook post. Okay. You want to create curiosity. You want to give them ways to interact with you. Again, increasing the algorithm, getting you in front of more people. I love it, Autumn. Healthy living for the busy life. Katie, get healthy and stronger. All right. You also want to use lead magnets with, again, a strong call to action. You might be saying, well, Susan, what is a lead magnet? A lead magnet is simply something that you create that people can grab for free, or it could be a short little video, something really cute. And again, with specific call to action, most of the time we use lead magnets to grow our email list. I'm going to be honest with you. I forgot to mention this from slide number 1. Remember when I told you it's important to brand yourself? The reason why it's so important to brand you and not the company, a couple reasons. God forbid you wake up tomorrow morning and your direct sales company is gone. Okay. Then it's like, okay, now what do I do? The power behind branding you is that your followers will go with you wherever you go because you've already built that know, like, and trust factor. They know that you're going to help serve them and you're going to serve them well. So when I made a decision last year to let go of the company I was with and I partnered with a new direct sales company, I was able to take a lot of my clients with me and had a lot of support because people trusted me and they knew if I had made this decision, there was a reason why I was doing that. Okay. So that's so important. I didn't mean to backtrack on that, but I've forgotten to bring up that point. Okay. So the other thing that you can do if you need help with content ideas is you can use things like ChatGPT. You can use things like Jounce.com. These are great ways that you can maybe input, say maybe you need some ideas for content or you need a little bit of help with getting your point across. You can use those kind of apps. You also want to use video. Power of video, so powerful, guys. I used to use it all the time. I would create little short 30 to 60-second videos if it was a new product launch, or maybe for me, it was skincare and makeup. It would maybe new lipstick colors were launched. I would do a quick little video trying on all the lipstick shades, and then I would text blast it out and email blast it out. So video is powerful. Stories, reels, all of these things help you stand out and it sets you apart. It shows you as somebody who really cares about your audience and that you're there for the long haul and you want to help them solve a problem. Okay. Other apps that you can use for creating content would be things like Canva, PicCollage, iMovie is a great one if you've got an iPhone for editing video, CapCut. Another one I love, guys, it's called Focus Live. This one is great if you don't have a phone, like if you don't have a newer iPhone and you're not able to do portrait mode for video. I believe it's called Focus Live. It might be Live Focus, but I think it's Focus Live. It's like $3.99 per week, but it's really awesome because it gives you the best lighting. You can have different like lighting filters. So it gives you the portrait mode of a picture, except it's done in video form. So I really love that one. Okay. Key number 3, show up consistently. Okay. There's nothing worse than like not knowing if you're going to be there or not. So I always had a signature show. My people knew that I was going to be live every single Monday night at 8 p.m. or 7. It was 8 p.m. for a while, then it was 7 p.m. But they knew I was going to be live every single week. I had a signature show, Makeup Mimi Monday. It was something I used not only to connect with my clients, but I also use it as a team activity. So that way, if I had people on my team that needed help and maybe they weren't ready to show up in that way yet or that capacity yet, we could do it together, or I would maybe feature some of them on those live events. This can be done weekly. It can be done daily. It doesn't matter, guys. It could even be a podcast. It could be a 5-minute video where it could be something like me. It was Makeup Mimi Monday. Maybe it's a tip Tuesday. Every Tuesday, you do a 5-minute video where they know to expect, hey, Susie Q is going to be live on Tuesday every week, giving me another tip. It could be Wear It Wednesday. Maybe you sell jewelry and you have, your signature show is a Wear It Wednesday. Maybe it's a Feature Friday where you take a product and you talk about how it can solve a problem for them, okay? But you don't just share it on your social platform. You also have, and we're going to get into this in a minute, because if you guys know me, anybody that's been following me long enough, you know I love automations. But you want to share it in every way, in every capacity possible, because not everybody hangs out on social media. Not everybody hangs out in email. Not everybody wants text messaging. So you want to touch everybody. Okay. So I had a real clear system in place, which I'm going to talk about in just a second. But when you show up consistency, this builds that trust factor and it continues to attract people to you. Other things that you can do. This is something I did every single month or quarterly. I did one client appreciation per month or a quarterly giveaway. It would either be it could be a coach purse. It could be just something fun. I'd also do new product launches. I did fun events like bingos or trivia nights or let's make a deal night. I always made it fun and engaging for my customers. And they knew, oh my gosh, I'm going to have a great time when Susan's around. I always say we are kind of a little bit in the entertainment industry. And let me tell you something. If this shy, quiet girl can put herself out there on Facebook Live, anybody can do this. I can tell you right now for sure. If somebody had told me, I don't even know when it was. How long has Facebook been around now? Maybe since 2008 or 10. When I first got onto Facebook, if anybody would have told me that I would have ever gone live on Facebook, I would have told them they were absolutely crazy, because I was a Facebook watcher or a Facebook looker, if that makes sense. I didn't necessarily post a whole lot because I don't like to draw a lot of attention to myself. I just don't. However, what I realized is that when you have something to offer the world, you've got to be there and you've got to be loud about it, because it's like that whole thing, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. It's so true in your business. So you've got to step outside your comfort zone and show up consistently in that signature show, whatever that looks like. Okay. Number 4, key to success. You've got to get yourself automated. Automations is where it's at. I got to tell you, this changed my world. And again, if you're one of my sisters that's been following me for any length of time, you guys know I'm all about automations. And the power behind automations is that it helps you get more done in less time. And sometimes we've got to be willing to take a small step back in order to take a huge step forward. Automation queen. Well, let me tell you, my brain always says there's got to be a better way to do X, Y, Z, right? And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to figure this thing out. And I can remember going back years ago, trying to find a system where I could send one text message out to multiple people and not have to keep, doing a copy paste. This is before Text Blast was even a thing. And I'm trying to remember what the name of what that app was called. I don't even remember. But I had to literally click, even though it was automated and it was a text blast, I still had to hit send like 150 times. Send. All I had to do was click the send button. I had to go send. I'm like, this is for the birds. And so over the years, things got better. I found some text blast systems, and these are powerful tools, guys, especially when you integrate your automations. And so today I'm kind of giving you overviews of systems so you can be looking into these things. But what I'd love to do is kind of break some of these things down and kind of show you how to get automated. But if you don't have a text blast system yet, I really want to encourage you to look into that, because my customers knew that they're going to hear from me at least once a month. And I had the ability to not only use it to reach out to my customers, it was a great method to follow up with my customers. So if they purchased product from me, they got put into a text blast campaign that would go out to them 2 days after they bought from me, 2 weeks after they bought from me, 2 months after they bought from me. So they were always hearing from me. I was in their face all of the time, right? Following up, how's things going? Without having to actually necessarily remember to do it, it was automated. They got that automated. And same thing with booking new appointments. If I went out and grabbed leads, right? The leads aren't any good if we're not reaching out to them, and we've got to reach out to them more than one time. So text blasts are where they're at. I also had it integrated with my email campaigns. So important. I had an email platform, a CRM. It could be something like MailChimp, Constant Contact, BombBomb. Doesn't matter which one you use. It's a place where you can reach out to your clients in that email. And part of that automation goes down to that next point, which is having capture pages. We talked about using lead magnets to grow your email list. And the way that you do that is you start with something like MailChimp, Constant Contact. I use BombBomb. That was a little bit more costly. So I would recommend MailChimp or Constant Contact. If you go into those platforms, some of them have free versions. MailChimp has a free version. You can look at how you can create landing pages. So when you're creating a lead magnet, for example, let's say you want to reach an audience and you've got an amazing collagen product. I might create something using, write this down, something like Canva or PicCollage, where I'm going to create a little guide, a cute little freebie that says something like, one of them I did. I'm going to give you an example. One amazing superfruit, 7 awesome benefits every woman needs to know for younger looking skin. I don't remember what the title was, but if women over 40 want younger looking skin. So if I was somebody that was looking for younger looking skin, I'd want that free thing. That's your lead magnet. That's what grabs their attention. Then you give them the call to action. As I said earlier today, that call to action says, hey, if you want this thing, this free guide, click this link here. Then they click that link. It takes them to an email capture page. We call them a landing page or a form. And you can get those in these email platforms like MailChimp, Constant Contact. There's so many others out there, guys. And so then what happens is it funnels them into your email list. Now you have these people on email. And I even love to go a step further, take the email list, and I want it automated and integrated with my text blast service as well. Many of these platforms like MailChimp will integrate with other texting platforms like Project Broadcast or Skipio or Easy Text. And so that way, if I am emailing out something, I can also text blast something out. So even if it comes down to, hey, I'm going to be live today doing a live event, which I haven't started those automations with you guys yet, but those will be coming. For those that want to be on that, they'll get an automatic email, automatic text blast, letting them know if you're going to be live, or maybe there's a new product launch, or whatever it is that you want to use those for. The thing is, guys, you never want your people to, if somebody ever said, I had a Tupperware girl, I had a Mary Kay girl, or I had a so-and-so girl, but they don't remember your name, then you're not their consultant, right? If they don't even know your name or who you are, you're not their consultant. And I say that because we've all been there. So we've got to have, get automated. We want to use lead magnets, email capture forms. Basically what it is, it's a fancy word. We use the word funnel, but all it really is directing traffic to where you want to lead them, whether it's to your website, whether it's to your email list or things like that. I love, Katie, I love my Easy Blast, but unfortunately that's not available to the whole world. However, what I will say is there's a one called Easy Text that works very much the same way. A lot of people like Skipio, Project Broadcast. I feel like those are a little bit more costly. Easy Text, it's Easy Text or Easy Texting. I feel like that's around the $20 a month mark, which is very affordable. So I hope that's helpful. Hey, Amy, how are you? Oh my goodness, guys. I was going to try and do this training in 30 minutes. I didn't realize how much information I had here. We're almost done though. The other thing is digital business cards, you guys. This is something I'm really good at. I wanted to make sure that I had something at my fingertips that was on my phone. So if I was out and about and for whatever reason I met somebody or they wanted my business card, I had a digital business card. I could just send them the link, or I would have a QR code right on my phone that they could screenshot from their phone, and it would take them to my digital business card. That digital business card would have things like my website, tips, tutorials, my social media platforms. And guys, you can use things like Milkshake, Linktree. I do use my BombBomb account for that as well, because I can create digital business cards in my BombBomb account, which is my email system that I use. But guys, it doesn't matter. Whatever, Milkshake, Linktree, those are free. Create a digital business card. You guys, if you know me or you're part of my world today, you know that I've introduced those concepts even into the organization that I'm with now, okay? And then, of course, you also, if you're a leader in your company, you want to have a team app. And what I mean by that, same thing, a Milkshake, a Linktree, something that looks like a digital business card. So it's similar to that, except it's everything that your team needs all in one spot, okay? So that way they're not having to fumble through trying to figure out where to find when upcoming events are, or promotions, or whatever, recognition. I use it for everything, everything for my team. Okay. Yes, bomb bomb milkshake. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Guys, my brain is like an explosion of information. So I do apologize in advance, but I've been super excited to get this out. Key number 5. This one's, I'm talking to the leaders now out there. If you're a leader, raise your hand, put it in the comments, give me a heart, give me a thumbs up. If you're a leader in the industry, you want to show up for your team. This is so important. And this is why systems and automations really play a major part in helping you have the most success. And it also builds that trust factor with your team, that they know that they can count on you. Okay. So one thing that I always did was a weekly team huddle. This could be a quick 30-minute just kind of check-in. I called it our Monday Night Live. And we'd use this time to celebrate, recognize, inspire, track our team goals. Where are we? Where are we headed? You know, might be a little quick at the end, a little teeny snippet of training and some inspiration, right, to close that out. But it's really about building team camaraderie and for them to understand and know that you are there to help support them. And because we now work so much more in the virtual world, it's amazing to be able to just check in. I can remember when I used to go, ask my husband, he just hopped on, hey, Corbito. Every week, I would drive an hour to go do my unit event. I would take it. Well, actually, I would leave a couple of hours, maybe 3 hours early, drive an hour, take an hour to set up, meet with people before the event, do the event for an hour and a half, load up my car, and then drive home another hour. So I was gone 5 or 6 hours every single week. And you know what ended up happening is that attendance started to get lesser. And the other thing I've realized is that you could reach more people in the virtual world. It just made sense to me. I had people that lived all over the country and they were missing out on these events because they couldn't be there live and in person. That's ridiculous. So have a team huddle, do it virtually, meet with your team. And then I also always did a Friday focus every single Friday at noon at lunchtime. It was my live at lunch. Grab your drink, grab your sandwich, grab your salad, grab your coffee. Let's connect for 15 minutes. Let's do a quick training. And I would either teach something myself or I would feature somebody in my team. This empowers people. I feature someone on my team, maybe that was winning, or I would feature another leader in my company and have them share. So it wasn't always me. Okay. Again, it's showing up for your team in a way that connects them to you so they can trust you. And then have some type of weekly new training as well. And back in the olden days, we used to do this on a Thursday night, always. And this is going back even 31 years ago, guys. And nowadays, we don't have to do that anymore, guys. Find a time where you can connect with your new people and do it on Zoom, do it on Facebook, but have events for new team members. But I would only do these kind of live Zoom events or Facebook events if it was an income producing activity, meaning that it was going to get you in front of their people or your people so that you could sell your service, or you were adding people to your team. That is an income producing activity. And that's where your training time needs to be spent. All the other stuff, which brings me to key number 6, have strong systems in place. Again, we already talked about having a team page. So this is a place where you can, like on a Facebook group. I use this faithfully, and if anybody wants to get added into one of my old Facebook groups for my team, you're more than welcome. I can add you to that page if you want to take a look around, see how I did things in there. But it was a place to recognize, share successes, welcome new team members, share and track our unit goals, as well as the unit and company promotions. Again, it was a place that we could all connect, where we could, where our team knew that they could find everything that they needed. Okay. I also created, and I encourage you to create, a team client group. Now, I want to be able to give credit to whoever credit is due for this, although I don't remember where I got this information. So I want to apologize in advance. And if anybody here watching knows who the original source is of this idea, please put it in the comments, because that's super important to me to give recognition to where it's due. But it's a concept called an ATM group, add, tag, message. And the purpose of this team client group is designed to hook your prospect and then funnel them somewhere. So whether it's a website or to a recruiting video. So in essence, again, we're going back to the beginning when I talked about the movie trailer. This is kind of for those people that are maybe a little bit still kicking the tire. It gives them an opportunity to see what your company is all about. They can go in and find testimonials, tutorials, product or opportunity videos, those kind of things. And so it's a place for your entire team, and they add their prospects there. So that way they can get a feel for what it is that you're doing. I'm sure probably many of you are already doing this, but if not, it's a great way to build camaraderie, especially if somebody's a newer team member and makes a little Facebook group. This is still a great way. And the way that you want to use that is you want to create a welcome video, record it on your phone, talk to them a little bit about the value that your product or service has to offer, as well as a quick synopsis of maybe your opportunity. And then you pin that at the top of the group. Okay. And that's your welcome post. And what happens is when people get added into that group, your people add them to the group. Then they tag them in the introduction video, and then they message them, letting them know that they've been added. Okay. It's a powerful way to get people in front of your business opportunity, as well as other people that are winning, where you have your team members also, and as well as their clients, sharing testimonies in there. Okay. And then finally, I loved having a team messenger chat. It was a powerful way to stay connected to my team members. And I found it to be effective. You could use something like Facebook Messenger, Voxer, WhatsApp. I mean, there's so many different platforms out there. I used Voxer for a while, but what I realized is most people were hanging out on Facebook, and I had more success using the Facebook Messenger chats, where people seem to reply the most and answer, and respond and that kind of thing. So anyway, so that would be my key number 6. And finally, oh gosh, there's a little bit more here. Sorry, this is continued. I already said this part. Welcome video, and then also the new team member training. And what I was saying earlier about I would only do live in-person trainings with new team members if it was an income-producing activity, meaning I got in front of their people to sell or recruit. Otherwise, what I did was I created a series of training videos for my team, teaching them all the basics that they're going to need to know building their business, whether it's booking their first appointments or, image and attitude. What kind of image does your company promote? Teaching them about taxes, time and money management, the things that an entrepreneur needs to know. Teaching them about personality training. I love DISC, guys. And by the way, I have a course. If you're interested in taking it, I have a masterclass that teaches you all the effective ways to communicate for better results so that you sell more, book more, and recruit more. And I teach the DISC personality training style and how to speak to each of those personalities when you're booking, when you're selling, when you're recruiting. Okay. So if that is something you're interested in, just put DISC in the comments and I can send you a link to that masterclass. Guys, it's like $17, really, but it's great. It's great training there. So you can certainly check that out. And then finally, key number 7, this is probably one of the most important ones, and that is being authentically you. This one is, guys, I cannot stress this enough. And I wrote a little note to add to this. Number 1, first thing is don't worry about being perfect. Just be you. Your audience wants to connect with you, and they've chosen you because they know, like, and trust you and believe that you can help them, right? So you just want to continue to show up. And so what my note said here was, I just messed up my lighting. Hold on. So what I said is that you want to be that person that when you're around, when you're around your family and your friends, that's the person you want to be online. Like, just be the cleaned up version of yourself. But just be you. And people that hang out with me, they know that you're going to expect some kind of hilarity to ensue. That's just me. I don't try to be perfect. I make mistakes all the time. I laugh at myself. I throw things at people by accident. So just be you, that person that you are when your family's around, when your friends are around. That's the person that people want to know. Okay. And that is how you can show up as the most authentic you that you can be. All right, guys, any questions that you have before I do want to share a few announcements with you and some things that I'm excited about. And one of those being, so if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I know that was a lot of information that I went through. Probably could have taken each one of those slides and trained on each one. Maybe we'll break those down over the next several weeks a little bit further. But guys, if you've not grabbed my Direct Sellers Ultimate Planner yet, I do want to let you know that it is available, guys. I'm super excited and proud of it. Get ready to launch the 3rd edition. Let me close off the screen for just a second. Hold on. Let me see. I can. All right, Direct Sellers Ultimate Planner, you guys. If you've not gotten your hands on this yet, I love it. You can get it in paper bound or spiral bound. This gives you a month at a glance, so you can put in all of your monthly stuff. Also gives you places for your monthly goals that you can write down, your brain dump at the beginning of the month. And then you have 365 days. Also, there's more notes if you want to write notes. Also gives you your daily planner. So it gives you all of your most important things to do, your daily goals. And so like, what was your goal for the day? How much did you do that day? Your week-to-date sales, your month-to-date sales, the new bookings that you got, new team members. Gives you your daily schedule if you want to write that in each day. And then it also gives you an area for your income producing activities. So your booking attempts, your customer follow-ups, and your recruiting. And so if this is something that you'd like to grab, guys, you can find it on Amazon. And I think I do have that link here for you. I don't know if I can drop it. I'm going to drop it in the comments when I'm done. But if you go to Amazon and you just type in Susan Norman, Direct Sellers Ultimate Planner, you'll find the paper-bound version. So this is non-spiral. So this is the paper-bound version. You'll find that on Amazon. If you want that one or you want the link to that, just put Amazon in the comments. That's what it was. If you want the spiral bound, guys, and that one you have to order directly from me. If you want the link for the spiral bound, for the payment link, by the way, if you buy it on Amazon, guys, it's $40.25. It's on special on Amazon right now. I don't know why, but it is. And then if you want the spiral bound, it's $49.95 for that. And that would include your shipping. Okay. So just put spiral if you want the spiral bound, put Amazon if you want the link for the paper bound. Okay. So save a little bit on the paper bound. I'm just a spiral kind of girl. I like to have it in spiral. So if that is you and you want the spiral bound, just put spiral in the comments. Okay. And then I think there was one other thing coming soon. Oh my gosh. I was just talking with my girlfriend about this today. Coming soon, guys. If you want to be put on the wait list for my Women Wired to Win book that I'll be launching, maybe probably the next couple of months, because once it goes to the editor and the editing process, I don't even know how long that takes. But go ahead and comment wait list if you'd like to be added to that wait list, and I will make sure that I put you on that list. So that way, when the book is ready to launch, you will get notified for that. Okay. Other than that, guys, I hope that today was super powerful for you. Let me take that off. But I'd love to hear from you. What was your biggest takeaway? What can you incorporate today to get you moving forward and on the path to winning bigger in your business? So give me some hearts, give me some thumbs up, and let me know, what did you take away today? What's one thing that stood out to you most that you can incorporate to win big in your business? I'd love to hear from you. And more than anything, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will talk to you soon. Love you. Bye.